Good morning. Okay, so it's morning for me right now. I realize it's probably not morning for you when you're watching this, but welcome to my day. We had life group last night at our house, and so the kids were up later than usual, so they're still sleeping, except for Miles, who I have the window cracked. I'm listening to him squeal as he watches one of his favorite shows. Anyways, I'm enjoying the birds singing. It's warm enough to be outside in a sweatshirt, so I love this weather. It's my favorite. Anywho, I had some thoughts on being a parent, motherhood, and some things that I just been thinking about lately. It's been a week and I've been thinking about them. My friend had texted me the other day all the things that she had got done in the day, and it was impressive, and I was proud of her because we're friends and we're proud of each other. And she got so much done outside, and I was like, man, I wish I got that much done. And I said, all I did was weed the side of my driveway. I was like, and then I was like, thought about it more, and then I was like, actually, in the morning, before I went out and weeded, I did this, 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 and I was like, oh, why did I feel not jealous? I wasn't jealous because I felt proud of her. I didn't feel sad at all. You want to sit over here, bud? No? I'm gonna be cold. Anyways, and I wasn't really comparing myself. I was just like, man, I wish I got more done outside than I had. I just didn't have the time because I still had to do breakfast and lunch and feed Miles and everything. So, but my response was, good job, you did this. I only got this done. And she was like, oh, don't feel bad. You did awesome. So we were encouraging each other. None of us felt bad in the conversation, but it was just funny to me to think about how people compare themselves, and none of us were lacking in effort or anything like that. It's just so easy to get down on yourself about not getting as much done as others do. But all of our situations are so different. And I was just thinking about how so many times, so many moms, I would assume dads struggle too with it. I don't know. Maybe they don't. So many moms struggle with comparing themselves to other moms and worrying that they're doing the right thing. And I always tell new moms, like, hey, people, they're all going to give you advice on what they do and what they think is best and what worked best for them. And we all have good intentions about it, but it often overwhelms new moms and, or not even new moms. People give advice to everybody. And people get discouraged that they're not doing the right thing by their kids. We started a mother's group at church, and everyone was super excited about it. And then it took a couple months, though, for us to realize how to be involved in that group without getting discouraged. Because I would leave there and think, oh, that's not what we do. We must be doing it wrong. And no one was teaching in a condemning way. They were just sharing, biblically what God says, but it's also, your translation of things and how your family works and the dynamics of personalities of children and your personality and the way you were raised. There's just so many variables that go into how you raise your kids. And after a couple times of going home and just feeling condemnation that I was not doing right by my kids and not raising my kids in a godly way, I was like, you know what? Look at all of us. We all grew up in different ways. Our families had different values. They taught us different ways. Some of us didn't even have believers as parents. We grew up in a house, not me, but some of us have grown up in a house that they didn't love Jesus and they didn't know God. And we're all still here at this family moms group trying to figure out the right way to teach our kids. So there's so much like, we can do our best, and we should do our best, and we should try, but you gotta give God credit that he can still save your children. Like, we all have shortcomings. God knows that. And he can make up for those shortcomings and, still guide our kids down the right path. We're all so afraid that we let them watch this movie or that movie, or go to a friend's house, or walk down the street by themselves, or, this or that, or we discipline this way or that way, that our children are just going to be lost forever and there'll be no hope. And we're just too hard on ourselves. There's so much grace, and God loves our kids too, and he's looking out for them. So no matter how you choose to parent your children, like, sure, seek out the best way, pray and ask God, is this the way you want me to raise my kids? Because, our kids are all uniquely made, and they all need to be taught in a way that God has designed for them. And even, like, each personality and love language of each kid is different. And so, a timeout for one kid is perfect, and a timeout for another kid is detrimental. And all the other disciplines, which I won't get into right now. So all that being said, I think we're too hard on ourselves. And we need to realize that God has our kids in his hands. And we should pray and ask God how to raise them. Oh, Birdie. Good morning, Birdie. But, pray over them that God would, look out for them, because he is. He made them just like he made us. And here we are, and he's glad that we're trying to raise his kids in love. But don't be so hard on yourself. You be you. You do the best thing for you. Every family's different, so don't feel bad that you're not doing it the same way as somebody else. And don't, try to do it the same way as everybody else. Because you're different. Your kids are different. Your space is different. There's a lot of variables that you have to think about. So you do you. You do your family. Don't let anybody tell you you're doing it wrong. As long as you're loving your kids, they know you love them. They're safe. Of course, make sure they don't die. That's probably the hardest part, right? Keeping them alive. Anyways, okay, those are my morning thoughts. I've kept you long enough. I think I got everything out. So yeah, God made all of us. God made you on purpose. He made you for a reason. And you're awesome. And your smile's important, so you should share it with others. Okay. Have a great day.